Welcome to Senior Insights. My name is Cynthia, and I would like to give a shout out to all those new subs that I hope are here. We've had a little bit of a resurgence on our channel, and in the last couple of weeks, I guess it's happening to a few channels because Kentucky Life with Debbie was talking about it the other day as well. So I just wanted to invite you. We have coffee every morning, and hopefully you will enjoy it and join us. We have a great community. So I am going to talk today about a very, very exciting topic. And the topic is my mattress. Now, I told you I decided I was going to get a mattress. I have been wanting a mattress for a couple of years now. But I hem and I haw. I talk about how much they cost. I don't want to spend that money. I'm not going to have any money to leave my kids. Or I'm not going to have enough money so I can stay in my house. And I worry about all these things, like probably a lot of you do, and we shouldn't. And so I have denied myself a new mattress. And when I was on vacation, I said, no. It's obvious you need a new mattress. When you have something to compare for a whole week against what you've been sleeping in for the last 30 years, it becomes pretty apparent. So I said, okay, I'm going to commit to getting myself a mattress. Well, it turns out since I came home from vacation, I had a rough week getting reacclimated that first week when I came home. And then the next week was pretty busy for me too. And then this week I've been having doctor's appointments up to Yin Yang. And so I haven't had really time to look, even though I said I was going to do this. And now I have an urgency about me because I'm going to have a hip replacement January 14th, I think it is. And heck, I want to be comfortable. The fact of the matter is, it's my money. I earned it, and I deserve it. We have to stop thinking about we're not good enough, we're not worthy enough to have a decent bed to sleep in. Now, I like to say this all the time, and I hope it doesn't get too boring. I understand that I am in a position that some people are not in, that some people could need a new mattress and can't get one. So I understand that, and I'm not bragging about how I got a new mattress. Well, I guess I am, but I don't want it to come across that way. So please don't be offended. There are other people that have $10,000, $15,000 mattresses. That is not what I'm looking for. So anyway, I made the decision, and I had to go out to my woman's group, and I like to compile errands that I have to do. Bang, 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 one after the other. So I planned on leaving a little bit early so I could start my mattress search. So that's what I did, and I was kind of excited about it. So I went to the first place, and it was a furniture store. And I have purchased things there before. But the minute you walk in, a salesman approaches you. That's pretty typical of every place. But she was very nice. She was very, very nice. But she wasn't nice like I am. I mean, she didn't want to have idle chit-chat. I didn't even try and recruit her for Senior Insights because I knew she was a definite person that wouldn't even look because I told her about it and she didn't even ask me anything. So right away, strike one. But they had some good mattresses and they had decent prices in the price range that I wanted. Now, it's really hard if you haven't purchased a mattress in 30 years. They have changed a lot. They've changed a lot, and you need to try and educate yourself on what kind of mattress you think you want, because who knows what you want. So anyway, I said I'd like to pick out 3 mattresses that I really say I like while I'm here, and I'd like you to write me up a quote and give me the best price you can. and I will, do some investigating on the brands and the types of mattresses that I like, that I chose here, and then hopefully I will call you back. And of course, there's delivery, and then there's getting rid of the old stuff. So this particular place didn't have any delivery charge or any disposal charge, so that was a good thing. Price is a little high. So then what did I do? I went to the next one. And this was an appliance and mattress store that I have purchased my appliances from. Remember that famous dishwasher that I paid $1,000 for last January? So I went in there, and they had a tremendous selection. And the young man who was the salesperson was very nice. He seemed very knowledgeable about the mattresses. Some of them have soft edges. I don't like soft edges. And so he explained to me, and he showed me, and they have the open, so you can see what the inside of the mattress looks like. These little sample things. You know what I'm talking about. Well, maybe you don't if you haven't looked at mattresses lately. So anyway, I tried out several, and I said, okay, now I said, do you remember the ones I liked? Yep, because I didn't. They all look the same. And anyway, so I asked him if he would write it down and if he would give me a quote, put those numbers down and tell me what each mattress cost. And then he told me there was a $80 delivery fee and disposal, so it would cost $80 more. But he said, I'll just charge you $40. I said, okay. So $40, that's not too bad. And the prices were really good. He had 3 really good selections in my price range. So then I go to the big mattress store. Now, I wasn't even going to go there because I wanted to give my business to the local businesses. But I went in, and yeah, they had nice mattresses. They had some of the similar ones. But those big chains, they mark them up so they can mark them down, and you think you're getting a bargain. Well, I still bought it there. I'm telling you. All it takes is one word. I don't know what the word was. All it takes is, this is the favorite one. This is the one everyone buys. And that's what I want. So it was a little more money. Of course. Don't we all want the better one when we have a choice? Unless there was a significant difference in the comfort, which there wasn't. I couldn't tell the difference in any one of them, to be honest with you, except for the edges. So I write up the whole thing. No, she's writing it up, and I'm going out the door. I was just looking around, and then I see one of the ones that, you can adjust the head and adjust the feet. And well, I swore that I was not even going to look at those because they're like platform beds, and you have to have a specific frame that can handle elevating the mattress. And then I worry about the crease where your bum goes when it's elevated. Does that wear out? What happens to that? And whatever. So I said, I think you should show me this one. Well, I laid on that mattress. And I said, do all the mattresses fit on these things? And she said, yes. So I get in it, and she lifts my head up, and I'm saying, oh, this is really nice. And she gives me the spiel about the hip replacement and all that. You know the drill. I said, well, I can't buy this because I don't want to get rid of my headboard. Oh, we've got a thing for that. So you can, for any of you who think you have to just go with that frame, you have to buy the frame, but it will attach to your headboard. So I decided that's what I wanted. So, of course, she gave me all kinds of good deals. I still paid a little bit more than I would have someplace else. But it's okay. I didn't feel like I was snookered or anything. I know pretty much. My biggest problem is myself when I buy something. It's my biggest problem. I don't know why. I don't feel like I want bigger, better, and best. But when it comes right down to it, I have a hard time making a decision. So anyway, I bought that, and the price was decent. And it's going to be delivered on Monday. So I'm really excited about that. And then I went to the women's group. And now, for those of you who have been around for a while, I go to a women's group, and it's kind of like Senior Insights, actually. It's a group of women, but it's only 5, not 7,000. And we sit around, and we don't even drink coffee. We just talk. And we talk about what's on our mind, what's bothering us, what happened last week, and that sort of thing. And I have been going for a couple of years now. I was one of the founding members, and most of the members are. There's only one new member in the 2 years, really. A few have come and gone. I think we scared them off. But this one seems to be staying. So we'll go around the room and we talk about different things. One of the ladies had a new hearing aids, which we were all excited about because she hasn't been able to hear. She's in her 90s. She updated us on the fact that her house is on the market. She's alone. She's a widow, but she never had children. So she's a widow, and she has her house on the market, and she's on a waiting list for an assisted living apartment, an independent apartment in a whole complex. So we cheered her on, and then it always comes back to Senior Insights. And look at how I am. I'm always talking. And so I don't know how it started, but somebody asked me. And I said, I have to say something. I'd rather not talk about Senior Insights. Well, why? Well, because with the exception of one person in this room, no one has watched it. No one has joined it. No one has subscribed. And so I said, I'm really disappointed. And I feel bad about it. And if you want to know about Senior Insights, then I guess watch it. That was hard for me to say. I said, we're supposed to be friends. We're supposed to be supporting each other, but there's not even a curiosity factor here. Wouldn't you be curious what the heck she's up to? And I said, and furthermore, it's been a fabulous thing for me, personally. And then everybody's talking about, oh, yeah, we can see it, yeah. So, anyway, but one poor woman she felt really bad. She said, well, I watched it. I said, yeah, you watched one, and there's 350. Oh, and I could see she was, devastated. And I felt bad, but then I didn't feel bad, because the nature of the group is to talk about how you feel. So this has been gnawing at me for several months now. And it was actually making me consider leaving the group, which I love. I love the women in the group. I do. Even the ones who haven't watched me. So anyway, then we moved on, and the next person talked about why she was not able to watch YouTube, because when COVID was around, she was inundated with Zoom meetings and group meetings and all that stuff, and she doesn't want to have any part of it. And someone else says, well, I don't do YouTube. But do you play games? Yeah. So anyway, we went around the room and everybody talked about their things, and it was actually ended up being a really, really good meeting. And I was so glad that I went. And when we were saying goodbye, that poor woman who was, oh, it really hit her. I mean, smack dab, she felt it. And she came over to me and she said, I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy for you and I'm so sorry. I said, you don't have to be sorry. That was not what I was looking for. I was looking to tell everyone how I felt. That's all it was. It wasn't meant to, make everybody run to Senior Insights, but wouldn't that be nice? Because they would love it. They would love you guys like I love you guys. They would see what I'm talking about. But I don't think that will happen. It would be nice if it did. But anyway, so I wanted to share with you that day, my mattress day. And I'm excited about my new mattress. And I'm excited that I actually had the guts to say that. I would not have said that even a year ago. No, it's because of you, folks. You have given me the courage to actually say what's on my mind, how I feel. We need to talk about feeling. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Lecture, lecture, lecture. Come back tomorrow. Tomorrow's board meeting, so I hope that you new folks can come. We have a board meeting every Saturday, and we rehash old things. So this isn't the last time you'll hear about the mattress.